Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Mulder, and tonight I would like to talk about the handheld Tepaphone. With all the results, all of the feedback that I've been getting from you wonderful people about the Tepaphone, I I feel I want to do something really special for you. But um, before I get into this, let me kind of give you some background. Charles Casamano, and this is public knowledge, he started a sex dungeon in Chicago. I think he was the first person to do this. And I always asked him about this stuff. I was trying to figure out what in the world are you getting out of this and what kind of personality does it take to really enjoy this kind of environment? But that's neither here nor there. He was telling me about this contraption that he put together. And basically what it was kind of like a tool belt, what you would see on a job site. We put a hammer and nails and screwdrivers, whatever. It's just a tool belt with a lot of compartments, a lot of pockets, or a lot of places where you can store stuff. And what he would have is this contraption. It would have, I think, like a walkie-talkie or some kind of an audio amplifier, a thing that had a some kind of a crystal situation there with sigils and that kind of a thing. And then the final part of this contraption was a flashlight, which he had tied into all of this. Okay. And he had the thing, the energy coming off of this system would go into the flashlight, and he would use the light itself and point it toward that lucky lady and do things to make her toes curl, so to speak. And so this is the kind of thing that he um, liked to do in this little dungeon over there in Chicago. But again, this thing started out as a sex toy. And I guess it's kind of strange, but that's just the way it happened. And so he asked me, he said, "Hey, Brad, can you take all of what I've done here and put it in a small box, a handheld unit where the average person can easily use this thing?" And I said, "Okay, well, how is he supposed to be interacting with this?" And he told me, "Well, what's inside of here is a coil made out of magnetic wire that I have to specially tune for each individual machine because no two are exactly alike, but I have to specially tune for this. And then what will happen is it's tied into this little jack. They're all tied in together, and it goes into the input of an audio amplifier, just like what Chuck was using with the walkie-talkie. And so, with that said, what happens is you put your hand over that side, okay, which would be, if you're using your right hand, it'd be right on this side, and then you have a little pressure switch right here, a little button, and you just press it down, and what you'll see is this light, and this is infrared light. The only way you can see this, the human eye cannot see this. It's invisible to the human eye, and I'll get back to why this really important later here. But you can always check it under a digital camera or say on your smartphone or on your computer. But that's what that is. And like I said, if you were looking at this directly in person, the only thing you can see is maybe a little red glow in behind this LED. You will not be seeing all this light. And so, and also it's powered by a 9-volt battery. That's what powers everything. It's real simple to replace. There's like four little screws on either corner. Use a Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew it, and carefully pull out the old battery and put in a new one. And under normal use, a 9-volt battery, a good quality 9-volt battery will last you probably about 2 or 3 years. Is you shouldn't have any problem. And again, if you need to check to see if the thing is going low, you can just point that toward a camera, digital camera, and you can test right then and there if it's still functioning. And plus, little side note, there's the amplifier that's inside of this jack here. If you were to press down, you can see the glow inside of it from that LED inside of the box. So that's what this is. So what I did was I took all of this stuff that Chuck had in order to create this. this radionics device, sort of a handheld Tepaphone. I took all of that and put it into something that's the size of a pack of cigarettes. It's that small, very handy. You put it in your coat pocket, you put it in your pants, pocketbook, whatever case may be. And and really, I really wasn't too sure about this until I started using it in a couple of little projects. And I'll give you a couple of things that I've done personally. I mean, nothing, just little minor things. I think it was a story of me getting pulled over for speeding by a state trooper, and I think I was going like 12, maybe 15 miles over the speed limit, and this is sort of a speed trap. And so I took this device, and as he was going back, gave him my driver's license, insurance, and registration, all that stuff, and he was going to check me out. As he was doing that, I pointed toward the back where the car was, the patrolman's car was. I pointed toward it and said, "You will not give me a ticket. You will not give me a ticket. You will not give me a ticket. You will not give me a ticket." I'm just saying that in my head, projecting that energy into this device and pointing it toward the squad car or you know, the patrolman's car. All right. And here's what happened. He comes back, he gives me my documents. He doesn't even give me a written warning. He said, "Sir, slow it down. Have a safe evening." I tell him, "You do the same. Talk to you later." Went on my merry way. And, and again, that was what happened. And I use this thing like I keep it in my car, and I can use it like toward say I want to I know it's a busy shopping day, for example, or I know everybody, it's I'm probably gonna have a hard time finding a parking space at this particular location. What I'll do is I'll just point it toward the general direction before I even get in my car. I'll just point toward the general direction where the store is or what have you, and say I will have a great parking spot. And normally, more times than not, have a great parking spot. Or if you're going out somewhere and you want to make sure that you have a great time and you're seeing some old friends, you want to have everybody just it's just going to be a memorable occasion. You just point toward where that friend's house or where the location is you're going to, and just say, "I will have a great time. I will have a great time. Everybody will be fantastic." Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do stuff like that, and you'll be surprised what will happen. And this thing, there's probably, I'm going to kind of go into detail now as to why this jack is on here. I'm going to show you something really interesting. All right, this is, you just plug it in. It's my standard uh, eighth of an inch mono plug. Plug into the jack on the back of the device in the handheld Tepaphone. Plug this on the output of one of your machines. And what you're going to do is you're going to tune this for a certain thing. Say you want uh, you want your daughter to win a dance competition, and so what you're going to do is you're going to project this. Look the judges to judge. Give my daughter a winning score, and you just go through all of this. Daughter a winning score. All right, there we go. Then the next thing you would do is, and I'm going to pretend I'm pointing right at the computer monitor. You're going to have that computer monitor or a picture of people, whatever it may be, a video of the judges for that particular competition. Have them all sitting at a table, and then you will point at them, and you will project. Not only will this energy from the machine itself be projected to the device, also your intent, your energy from you will be captured and projected along with what's coming off this machine. And you're pointing it toward them and you're saying, "You will get my daughter a winning score. You will get my daughter a winning score. You will get my daughter a winning score." And visualize in your mind what it is you're trying to accomplish. Visualize them giving her high marks for the competition and that kind of thing. And so that's just an example of what you can use this for. And it's very, very simple. And I like to think of this sort of like it has a lot of the features that the psionic helmet has. The one thing it really doesn't have is receiving. I mean, you have transmitting capabilities, but with the helmet, you're using the chakra right off, surrounding your brain, and it's working, it's interfacing with your brain, so to speak. And as you project a thought into this reality, or project your will into this reality for things to change or what have you. And but this is a great unit. I built this for a military friend of mine that took it over to on the other side of the world and used it for those special situations to keep them out of harm's way, and they came back alive. So I would assume that everything worked out well there. Um, but this is some of the things that you can do with this. Now you're probably wondering, where's the energy that's coming into the pickup coils on the side of this on the side of this little device? Where's it coming from? And I'm going to do a quick demonstration. I've done this many times on this channel. I'm just going to show you something you can do at home real fast and kind of give you an idea of where this energy is coming from. Okay, here's how I do this. Take your left hand, have it facing toward the ceiling. Take your right hand, have it facing toward the floor, palm facing toward the floor. I'm gonna kind of give you side view. It's approximately about maybe 1 inch or 2 centimeters apart, something along that line. And then I simply take my right hand and I will start going in a clockwise motion over my left hand. And as I do this, I will start to feel a magnetic type uh, sensation between the two hands. And what it feels like, it feels again like a magnet, like a magnet's pressing together, and you're starting to feel like this little roll of energy in between your hands. And as you feel this, what this is, you're generating chi energy. You're generating energy um, from your life force, so to speak. And as you do this, you will project a thought into that uh, that ball of energy and saying, I don't know, I will win the, nah, let's do it better. I will get that car of my dreams. I'll get the car of my dreams as soon as possible. This or something better. And you just project it in that little ball of energy. And what you will feel is you'll actually feel your hands, a sensation between your palms as you're doing this, as you rotate. It's really quite strange. And what you're doing there is you're creating um, you're using what Chuck explained to me. I think the hand chakras. Okay, I guess they're minor chakras. They're inside the hands, and what you're using is you're concentrating on the energy via those chakras, and it starts to build and build and build. And as it builds, and you feel intuitively, okay, this is charged up enough. It's ready to be projected into my reality. You just simply fling it into reality, and that's it. That's how I normally do this. But with that energy, what you're doing is you're putting it on here. And you're basically doing the same thing I just showed. I just showed you using my hands. Again, it's taken me hours of and probably thousands and thousands of times or exercises or doing this particular operation of the pump and chi to really get it to where it is today. But with this device, you can do what I'm doing within seconds. You don't really have to practice like I have to. This device will do exactly what I just got finished showing you, and very strongly. And also, you can even, uh, charge up your hands before you use this device, and then you already got that charge there. It's in that hand, or you can cup it and then project it towards something and pressing that button with your thumb and projecting it towards something and making things happen. Very, very useful device. And I mean, for people out in the professional world, uh, I know an attorney that will carry this in his briefcase, and he will go into court and very carefully will kind of point this toward the jury, point this toward the prosecuting attorney, point it toward the judge, and start projecting, you will look favorably upon my client, or my client will charges will be dropped, or something along that line, or the jury will find him not guilty. This kind of a thing. And you're projecting an intent toward a living target. And I've used this on people who would be considered, because of their profession, very strong-willed and very focused. And I was able to kind of get them to do certain things, which they were very good things, but I was able to get them to do certain things that benefit friends of mine. So that's sort of an example of what can be done with this device. Now, because it's that time of year, I'm going to go ahead and sell this to you. I'm going to put a sell on this thing. This thing normally goes for $175. That's what I think, no, heck, we used to sell them for $200. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing out for $100 free domestic shipping. Okay. If you're outside the US, I'm going to have to charge you extra, not because I'm making anything off of it. All I'm doing is just covering the shipping costs of sending it to you. But within the United States, I'll give free shipping. And also, if you mention that you saw this video, and I will throw in this plug, all for $100 free shipping, and this plug where you can use it to plug this into any of your existing machines. And so it's just a fine example of the things you can do. You can use it standalone, or you can use it with the devices that you already have, and it works fantastic. And again, the you know for a a sample or a picture to project onto, just project this toward your computer monitor. That's all you got to do. That's what I'm doing right now, projecting this toward the computer monitor that I'm doing this video with. And that's all you have to do. And this thing works like a champ. So, that said, if you have any questions, you can contact me at psionicresearch@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of me either in the comments section or at my website. You can also contact me there at radionicpower.com. Radionicpower.com. All right, all the links will be in my description. And there you go. But yeah, this is something I think that you can really use on a regular basis without drawing too much attention to yourself. And again, because of that infrared LED, when you point it at something, nobody's going to see it. It's just going to be like a little box you have in your hand, and you're just pressing a button, and you just be very casual about it and not drawing attention to yourself. So, all right. Well, with that said, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will talk to you later. And again, all details about the sale, how to get a hold of me for this will be in the description. All right. Bye.